My name is Freddie Orozco, and this is called Unpacking a Standard. In this video, we will listen to some background on myself and my students. I'll present and unpack the standards that I've selected. I'll discuss the skills and the big ideas surrounding those standards. I'll present some activities. We'll look at some assessments, and then I will give a conclusion in the wrap-up at the end. I work at an elementary school in South Korea. I've been teaching EFL here for just over 10 years. The students that I'm currently teaching are Korean grade 5 EFL students. Now let's take a look at the standards. The first one that I've chosen here is an ELA literacy standard 5.1, and this standard asks students to engage effectively in a range of collaborative discussions, one-on-one, in groups, and teacher-led, with diverse partners on grade 5 topics and texts. Students are asked to build on others' ideas and express their own clearly. The second standard that I chose was SL 5.3, and here students are asked to summarize the points a speaker makes and explain how each claim is supported by reasons and evidence. The third and final standard I selected is SL 5.4, and here students are asked to report on a topic or text or present an opinion, sequencing ideas logically and using appropriate facts and relevant descriptive details to support main ideas or themes. Students are asked to speak clearly and at an understandable pace. Now, some of the skills listed in these standards are engage, build, summarize, express, explain, report, present, and speak. And these are skills that I try to include in all of my lessons. I try to have students engage with the content. I try to have them listen to audio and try to summarize it, or they can present on something that they really are passionate about, or they can explain a concept to demonstrate knowledge. So I try to use these skills regularly in my teaching. Some of the big ideas in these standards include comprehension and collaboration, presentation of knowledge and ideas. I also want to include communication and flexibility because these are 21st century skills that I think all students should be equipped with. Now, after reviewing the standards that I selected and thinking about my learners and their interests, I thought that teaching a debate class for my clinical would be a good fit for using these standards with my students. My students really like debate class. Much to my surprise, I have many colleagues who tell me that their students really don't like debate, but I find that my students really love it because it relates to their interests, it relates to what they think about, what they believe, so they love talking about it. Usually in debate class, we discuss a topic for about a month, and we look at material in various forms, in text, video, and audio, that students then have to analyze and summarize in their research for their final debate speeches and presentations. In this activity, students have to listen to an opinion and they have to think about how they feel about it. They can strongly agree, disagree, or strongly disagree with the statement. Then they have to move to a part of the classroom that is labeled with that opinion. Once there, they will meet with their small group of fellow classmates and discuss why they feel that way about the statement. After a few minutes of discussion in the small groups, I ask them to summarize what they talked about in their classroom, and then they have to report to the class on what they heard. Both of those skills are present in the standards that I selected. The second activity is the formal debate. And this formal debate usually lasts around 5 lessons. In this debate, the students are divided into teams, both affirmative and negative. And I try to make the teams heterogeneous in nature. So I try to have students of high proficiency, medium proficiency, and low performing students in the same group so they can ideally help each other overcome any challenges that they might have. So in this formal team debate, the teams will be given their position. There will be a motion or a topic decided beforehand so they know what their team's opinion would be. And then the students have to work both individually and with their teammates to write, research, edit, and deliver speeches uh, supporting their team's position. For assessments, I plan on using both formative and summative assessments. Formative assessments, I plan on using things like entrance and exit tickets. So when the unit starts, I'd like to give them an entrance ticket to see what they know about the topic that we will discuss, and I can see how much I have to teach them. At the end, exit tickets, I want to know what they've learned that day, what their what knowledge they're going home with. Also, we'll have frequent class discussions to try to get them to see things differently if there is still some confusion. And we also will have self reflections where they will tell me how they're doing in their debate and how they're coming along with their speech and research. I also plan on preparing some Kahoot quizzes for them to show me that they understand the concepts. I like using Kahoot and other activities like that because it's competitive, it's using technology, and I can see in real time what they know. I also plan on using summative assessments. Um, for this debate, students will have a rubric that will tell them what they have to present in their speech. They have to show research, they have to summarize different points, they have to analyze text that they read, and they have to present their opinion supported with evidence. Those are all things that appear in the standards I mentioned earlier. Now, before I say thank you, I just want to say that this was a very interesting assignment for me, as I have never really had to look at standards in detail. But after doing this activity, I've realized that they are very helpful because they help me think about what my students will learn, what they have to demonstrate, and how I have to teach it ultimately. So I'm very thankful for this activity and thank you for watching. Have a great one. Have a great day.